Today we've got TRON going up to $1, possibly. I've made a video about this interesting little spectacle a little bit ago. About 2 weeks back in Mexico before Christmas, we invested at around 3.5 to 3.9 pennies. I invested a little later than the guys, unfortunately, due to the fact that I still had to make a Binance account in order to get to it. And it was a pain in the tootie because at the time all the exchanges were down, everybody wanted to get their altcoins, everybody was wanting to sell their Bitcoin, nothing was working. However, let's talk about TRON today. Let's talk about Ripple, Cardano, Ethereum, all the altcoins pretty much in my portfolio. So let's check it out. My name is Mike Cabrera. Stay tuned. A lot of you have been asking to see my portfolio recently, so one of that is super easy. You're able to check out my wallet on STEEM, and it's not the account that's linked down in the description below. It's the account linked to my other channel, Avi. So over there you can see that I'm approaching 2,000 STEEM, and with that it's nice because it's everything on the blockchain. So where I send, where I got it from, where I converted, you can see it all, and that is doing fantastic. That's about half my portfolio. No, that's about like technically one third of the current altcoin portfolio, but it will be about 1/5 to 1/6 of the upcoming portfolio due to the fact that I have 3 ICO payouts coming out this month. Spectre, InTheHash, those were sponsorships, and ETH owes me still $1,000 worth of tokens, so we'll see how that goes out. And also I will be investing in other ICOs as well, so whenever you invest, it's like sometimes you get it if it's a smart contract, or you did get it, like in the case of InTheHash, but there needs to be the actual release after KYC. Anyways, TRON is actually not that significant in my portfolio. I wish I invested more, but again, I don't really want to be holding that much in Binance. I'd prefer trading on Bittrex. That's my #1 go-to exchange. However, more and more so, I'm kind of liking Binance. The #3 is Bitfinex. Bitfinex, I don't like that it has a $250 withdrawal limit. So my biggest guys in the portfolio, and the guys that I at least believe in the most, are Ethereum. I absolutely love it. It's at $1,040 right now, and that is flashing. That's, my lighting's having some problems. I guess it's getting too excited with the cryptocurrencies. So Ethereum, STEEM it, EOS. I love EOS. It's pretty much like the next Ethereum, as some people are calling it. It's Dan Larimer's work. So Dan Larimer did BitShares, he did STEEM it, he did EOS. I own all 3. I got a little bit of BitShares recently on Binance. EOS did phenomenally well. STEEM it is catching up, and STEEM dollars are going down, meaning the STEEM should continue to rise. Everybody's excited to see it hit $10. But hey, maybe now that it hits $10, we can do the 10 times Grant Cardone rule and expect it to go to 100. Pretty much I'm investing in the top 20 to 30 you can see on CoinMarketCap. I got a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Litecoin. But those are kind of stagnant now that the funds are kind of fluctuating in towards the altcoin. Ripple is currently at $3.13. It was close to approaching $5 in certain exchanges. It depends on where you're trading. Of course, in Asia, there's always a little bit of room for arbitrage over there. That is making up a significant portion of my portfolio as well. I'm very interested in Cardano, the Japanese version of Ethereum. It's Japanese, not because the team's Japanese, but mainly because it was marketed to a lot of Japanese investors, and some of those Japanese investors sold off. That's why it's kind of flooding now the North American markets, but still it is known as the Japanese Ethereum. Then I got the Chinese Ethereum Neo. It passed $100. I got a little bit of Verge last night. I know it was kind of up, but there was a pullback, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go in. I profited today, so we're good with that. But really, with most of these cryptocurrencies, I'm just holding at this point. You know, I'm just gonna take it and see what happens over the next year or two. Some of them gonna buy and sell. I was actually surprised to see that Mooncoin, one coin that I was holding, but I decided to sell off after a couple months. I was like, this is garbage, and I actually lost like $200 on it, whatever. It went up, and it could have profited like 10 to 15 times, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. It was extremely late, and the reason I decided to get out of Mooncoin was actually pretty smart. Now, you know, you're not able to predict this stuff. With Bitcoin's rise, a lot of the altcoins were going up, and I'm sure Mooncoin started going up once other smaller, really penny cryptos started going up, and the exchanges that it's traded on, Blue Trade and all that, you know, started getting some really big powerful players like Bitbean and Redcoin and HTML coin and all that stuff, so they started going up. I'm sure Mooncoin kind of followed suit shortly after. I got out of Mooncoin due to the fact that the developer, the main guy behind it, was doing a crowdfund for himself because he wanted to get 80 grand. He's like, well, I need money to be able to work. And then they also changed the logo twice, and then the community sort of died down, and all the people around me were selling. I was like, you know what, that's the final straw, that he's asking for 80 grand, and he couldn't even get it. He couldn't even get like $1,000. That's what I remember. I remember like seeing 300 out of 80. I was like, that's it, I'm investing into other projects, and I did profit off of the other projects. Bitcoin's funds are currently fluctuating into the altcoins, and right now we're at a very interesting checkpoint. Will Ethereum hit $5,000 or $10,000? I certainly believe so. Will Tron hit $1? I certainly believe so. It has a very stable team. It went from number 17 to number 7, quickly approaching number 6 as a replacement. Cardano, EOS, and Ethereum are the real big players of 2018 in my opinion, because Ripple still has a lot of room to grow. However, its real growth was last year. I mean, it could continue to do it this year, but I'm guessing there's going to be other ones that kind of beat it. Now, Ripple has more growth potential than Ethereum, but I'm talking just in terms of the sheer volume. There's going to be more people who are going into Ethereum just based off of what I know. Because let's just look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin. You have an Ethereum conference that there was 2,000 programs that fully supported it, and they paid a bunch of money to be there, every single one. And they're working on getting updates, and they're connecting, they're networking. They're like, yeah, we're excited for Casper. We're excited for all these future forks. And it's just like, oh, that's definitely different than Bitcoin. Not saying that's bad. It's just a different approach. It's newer, it's brand, it's like, woo. Ripple has a lot going for it, and we have no idea which one's gonna be the best. But these are just my opinions. I mean, Ripple has a nice strategy that they have 55 billion Ripple that will be spread out over the next 55 months, and that's most likely to make the price rise even further. Right now we're in a bull market though, so a lot of the coins are rising, and it could continue for this month, it could continue into next month, it could continue for the next couple of months, it could completely wow us and astonish us and just break all the rules. But there's something lurking around the corner. I'm sure there's going to be a nice pullback, a nice bear market we're able to buy more in and just go full out at that point. So hopefully you're not spending all your money right now. And if you are, invest wisely, do research into projects that you can fully support for the next couple of years. There's some people who are calling me on, they're like, okay, Kubera's telling people to buy high. That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying look into certain projects. If you like it, go into it and either sell it off as soon as you made profit. For example, I could sell off Tron, I could sell off Ethereum, I could sell off most of my coins right now. If not, like, I could sell off all, pretty much all of them and be like, okay, whatever. But I'm expecting more from holding them. And part of that is like, I don't care if there's going to be a bear market. Okay, there is a bear market, then I'll just buy more and more and more and more and more and, you know, whatever. That's how it goes. Or maybe if I see something that's a little sketchy, I might sell off and then buy more when it's a lower point of buying. I'd just be careful if there's any news for any team, like there's some scam or some update fails or, I don't know, some rumors going on, and you see suddenly like Ripple loses 20% of its value in like an hour, like, okay, there might be something to look into at that point. But also in such a case, if it does lose 20% of its value and it's just a rumor or whatever and it goes back up, hey, that's a nice time to buy. Anyways, will we see Tron hit $1? Hopefully. Hopefully soon. I definitely feel some potential. I want to see Ethereum at a couple thousand. Ethereum's going to be the big player. Ripple's going to hit like $10 or $100. I mean, STEEM. I want STEEM to hit $100. The safest investment, in my opinion, is something that pays out. So either it's connected to a platform like STEEM, or it pays out small dividends, or there's just something on top of that. But if you don't want to invest, earn crypto. And my name is Mike Kuberas. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. We shall see you guys tomorrow. Peace.